Good morning, YouTubers. A little fireside chat with my fake electric wood stove, complete with crackling sounds. I'm going to talk about track plans because I've gotten several requests for my track plan, and I will show it to you here. And this is not 100% to scale, but this is how I designed my track plan using AnyRail software. AnyRail, it's good. It's not that expensive. I don't remember what I paid for it, but you get a license to use it, and it'll allow you to do a lot of things. I think you can get a free version, but to get the license, it really allows you to do a lot of things. There's the icon there with the tracks. So, I mean, I'll send this file if anybody wants it, but I charge $50 if you want the file, just because I put a lot of time into it, and I think that's fair. So the original layout was up here, just that piece right up to there. It was 11 feet. It was 12 feet, and then I since added an extension of 2 feet, making it 14 feet, and then I filled that entire additional 2-foot section in, extended some of the track out. So now the entire layout this way is 14 feet, and then going down this way, I added 7.5 feet of an extension. It's 20 inches deep here, and it's 12 inches deep here. So you can see that little shadow of a line there that represents the fascia board. So it's pretty tight into the wall. This grid makes it look bigger, but it's only 20 inches, and that curve takes it down to 12 inches. There's a lot of track going on, but it is an industrial layout, so it's meant to be filled with industry. So this is CSX, former Conrail. This is their yard, one of their small yards. There's an industry here, which is a steel plant, and there's a runaround track here in this yard. And they're all 2 inches apart on center. And in this yard, I use number 5 Pico switches, all except this one here that runs off to this track in the forefront. That's a number 6. And then there's two 24, 28 inch Walthers turnouts here. The only place I use Walthers turnouts in order to get that big sweeping curve. Pico doesn't make those that long. And then all the turnouts on this layout, part of the layout, are number 6s, except for, see if I can remember. One of these two sidings is a number 8, and I believe it's this one. Yeah, that's a number 8. So the one that goes to Bombachi Foods is a number 8, because I wanted that to kind of have a nice gradual, since I have the length there, to have a long run of a siding. Number 8, and then the rest are number 6s. And in this new section, because it's was meant to be, in a tighter space, I use number 5s, except for this 1 6 here. All Pico, except for these two. What else do we got going on? So the idea is CSX has cuts of cars here. You can have as many as, I don't know how many I can have, 15, 18, something like that. More than enough to switch the industries that are here, as well as here and here. So on the CSX property, there's a steel plant, so it cuts into the backdrop, so the trains can drop coil cars in underneath the building. Then up here is the scrapyard, so you can do switching in this area. But also, this yard is meant to pull out cuts of cars from CSX and then drop it into these two interchange tracks, and leave it for Providence and Worcester. And they keep their engines here, and then they'll come out, and then they'll switch each cut of car with the industry. So we have Bombachi Foods, we have Ballard Print and Paper, we have Northeast Cold Storage, Distribution and Cold Storage, we have ADM facility. And over here we have a maintenance away area that's under construction. So there's maintenance away cars that can come out and work the railroad. And there's a couple of runarounds in here. So that's pretty much the plan. AnyRail is a good, it's not highly sophisticated, but it's a good program. It worked for me, and you can actually print out 1-to-1 scale and then use carbon paper and just trace over the tracks onto the baseboard of your layout. And that's how I did it, actually, so I could get the track as close to the plan as possible. I did a little bit of tweaking, obviously you always do, but I try to keep all my curves as gradual as possible. Even though it's not a large layout, I want the curves to be gradual, not really sharp, because I want realistic operations, don't want derailments, etc. So what do we have on, well, if we count this maintenance away as kind of an industry, because you're going to be switching out cars there. 1, 2 with the cold storage, 3 with the print, 4 with the, and the bakery is, I'll get back to number of cars, 4, 5 with the scrapyard, 6 with the steel plant, and 7 if you count the engine facility for switching. But if you count number of cars that are switched, there's a mechanical reefer and a box car that gets switched in the plant here, the cold storage distribution, and then there's 2 cars here, maintenance away. There's 2 box cars here at the print facility, and this one has 3 spots. It's got flour and salt, so hoppers. It's got a box car for materials, packing materials and whatnot. And then it's got tank car here, which switches between oil, corn oil or vegetable oil, and corn syrup. And then here we've got the ADM facility, which has 3 corn syrup cars. So if you count how many opportunities to switch, you got 1, 2, 3 cars, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 cars here, 11, 12 at the scrapyard. 13, 14, 2 cars at the steel plant. And you can count the 2 maintenance away cars. That's the plan. Pretty straightforward. If you want the plan in electronic file, I'll send it for a fee, but just send me an email. It's on my YouTube profile. All right, that's the track plan. Cheers.